we're talking about value, and if you look up at the color board over there, see it? We've got a value scale 1 through 10. And for those of you online, what we're looking at is it's a value scale. We've got all the way from bright white to dark black. So in art, what is value? What's the definition? Like, what is it? You can look up there. Yeah, how dark or light a color is. Today we're kind of talking about value and going to practice some shading techniques. If you are at home learning and you do not have a printer, you are simply going to get a sheet of paper. And if you're at home learning, you need to have white paper. I don't want to see any notebook paper. If you don't have any, ask your parents to get some. So you're just going to follow the directions on the exit slip and do it on a separate sheet of paper, okay? So you can just, for this one, we've got a little bar down here with sections, so you'll just use a ruler or other straight edge to make your own and complete it that way. Okay, but for today, you're gonna need a scratch piece of paper. We are using a graphite stick and a pencil. I realize at home you may not have a graphite stick, so just use your pencil. We are also using a blending stump, but you can also use a Q-tip. If you don't have a blending stump, use a Q-tip, and you can also use just a regular old tissue paper. So here we go. Part one is using charcoal. So you can see, where is it? This morning, okay, we did this one in charcoal. Y'all are just gonna use graphite for tomorrow's project. And so this is values of black and white. It's grayscale, okay? But we also have values when we are talking about color. Here's the color palette that I use when I'm painting portraits. And so you can see that we have dark values of these colors and light values of those colors. What I want you to do, we're gonna practice blending. I want you to practice this. I want you to press down as hard as you can. Okay, start shading with either a pencil or a graphite stick. And then as you come to the right, I want you to gradually lighten up on the pressure. Because that is how we control the value. How do we control the value? What do we change? Yes. Yes, how do we change the values? Yeah, the pressure. We change the pressure. Okay, so the goal is to make it look as smooth as you can, and then when you take a blending stump or a tissue or a Q-tip or something and you start to blend this, it should gradually go from very dark and fade into the bright white of the paper. Okay, so try it with your graphite stick and then also try it with your pencil. So if you used the pencil first, then try it with the graphite stick. Well, that's why we're practicing. Good, so now I've tried it with the pencil and I've tried it with the pencil and the stick. Okay, now what happens here? What have I created here? Yeah, it's a line, it's a hard edge, okay? But what if I'm like, oh man, I need that to be smooth. Can I blend it out? Not really. See how you still see the hard edge? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I call it reverse shading. So you're gonna take your eraser, and I really love these eraser caps. They work really good for pencil drawing and this type of erasing. So what you'll do is you're going to control the pressure of your eraser just like you are the graphite stick or the pencil, and you're going to go in little circular motion. Back and forth, and you're trying to gradually get rid of that hard edge. You to try this. I want everybody doing it. And then you can go back with your blending stump and blend it out. Now if you took away too much graphite while you did that, then you simply, like if I erased this too much, okay, and there's not enough to blend, then so you would just take this graphite and add a little bit more there, making your gradual change, and then you would have some graphite on there to go back and blend it. Okay, so this is a very important technique that all of you need to master. You need to be able to create a gradient from dark to light or light to dark. You can go ahead and sharpen it. And you need to be able to blend and soften with your eraser, which I also called reverse shading, just for fun. Okay? So, now, another tricky thing to do, and I need to sharpen mine. Another tricky thing to do is to get that number 2 value. There's always a place, like maybe it's on the cheek or the forehead, where you're trying to go from a highlight to some shaded values, and you've got that in-between value that's barely white, okay? Like your number 2 value. And here's how you do that. So what you do is, if I just let the weight of the pencil, okay, I'm not pressing on the pencil at all. Just let the weight of the pencil put the graphite on the paper, okay? Do you see how light that is? I'm not pressing down at all. Yes. So that is how you get that value that's right between white and that third value. Now when you blend this, you want to be careful, because once you blend it, look at this, it starts to get pretty dark. Okay? It'll get darker. So sometimes you can also just use what's in your blending stump already to make that number 2 value. See, I just used what was in my blending stump. Or if you don't have anything in your blending stump, you can pick some up from a dark area and just gradually tone the paper to where it's that next to lightest value. Okay, so that's how you can get that really light value. All right, your assignment for today is to do this exit slip. You're gonna put your name on it. Fill it out. These are real easy. On the learn section, you're just gonna copy the definition or the thought for the day or whatever it is, the concept, copy it. Then you're gonna explain and answer that question in your own words. And then you're gonna show, okay? So again, if you're at home, just get a ruler or a straight edge and make a little chart here. And then down here, I want you to, you're going to do 2 different types of scales. The first one, you're going to shade each individual box. And then down here, I want you to try to make a gradient, make gradual change from the white of the paper all the way to as dark as you can get it. Okay? All right, so that's your assignment for today. You'll see this little section up here. You can check that box when you're finished. If you feel like you've mastered it, you can say, I got it. Or if you're like, I don't know, you can check, I need help. Okay? All right, so that's what you're doing for today. So let me know if you have any questions. And that is all for today. Peace out.